let me know when people are joining.
Oh, Joe, we're going to be calling you out too. We ain't done with you, homeboy. Just wait.
Have asked about me being a Democrat in the past. I was never a Democrat. Never. I'm a rigid conservative. My beliefs are unwavering. I believe in God. I'm faithful. I believe in family and our Constitution. Can't allow these interlopers to interfere in our elections anymore, and that's exactly why I'm running. And we're going to be calling them out all the way across the board. They are no longer going to have control over the narrative. You need friends. You being authentic in my approach, so people aren't surprised when I'm elected. They'll know what they're getting into, and they're going to have confidence behind their leader, and that's what I hope to do.
Oh, Joe. People aren't going to be surprised if you get elected. We're going to be stunned if you make it on the ballot.
Individuals, this is step one in understanding corruption and manipulation or deception. As soon as you see them say that Joe Severino's a rhino with a history that you can find very openly on the internet, as soon as you hear that, you know you're dealing with a bad actor.
Plans for veterans?
Okay, so it's very difficult to watch those that have served to preserve our life and land and be mistreated to the extent that they are. There will be no homeless vets. We're going to create a healthcare system where it's easy for them, maybe a special card, some kind of program where they're not waiting in lines, where those that are suffering of mental illness are treated quickly and responsibly. I've said that we're going to open up the governor's mansion for some of those services for them to be housed if they need a place to stay. They should never be on the street or sleep on the street. It was atrocious what JB did with these illegal aliens. They gave up beds of Illinois residents, citizens, and veterans. And that's just not going to happen under a Severino administration. It's our residents first.
All right, Joseph, you talk about how immoral it was for the veterans to be replaced by illegal immigrants. Where were you over the last 18 months to 2 years when people like myself were standing out in front of illegal immigrant hotels like the one on Cicero Avenue near Midway Airport, bringing attention to the fact that veterans used to stay in that place and J.B. Pritzker moved them out and put in illegal immigrants? Where were you on South Lakeshore Drive at the other hotel? And did you ever go over to 79th Street in Burbank to the Wood Spring Suites? Where were you, Joe? I never saw you out there with a flag, with a megaphone, with anything. I didn't see you walk up to the doors and approach these places to find out why illegal immigrants were in there, why they were given cars from the Chicago Police impound lot to drive, why they hired security from Canada and gave them same cars that belonged to people that had their cars towed by Chicago Police. They gave them to the employees to drive home, drive back. We got videos of it. Where were you when the white vans were dropping off busloads of Venezuelans, women with 7 kids, guys, out, military-age men, Joe, military-age men? Where were you? Where were you when the stories of sex parties and alcohol and drug binges were going on in those hotels and minors, teenagers, and young children were exposed to these parties? Where were you, Joe? You were hiding in Lake Forest, hiding from subpoenas, hiding from tax levies, hiding from people that know who you are, and now you're going to end up having to hide because every public campaign in the state of Illinois that says Republican won't let you show up and speak. But you're going to be in DuPage County. I bet you go to Naperville and Wheaton where they have the Democrats are taking control, because that's what you are, Joe. You're a Democrat. As I proved earlier on, you said, oh, I've always been a Republican. But your FEC filing is in this video that says Democrat. You're a liar, Joe.
Will I ban abortion? No, I will not be banning abortion. Will I ban abortion? No, I will not be banning abortion in Illinois. I hope you win. Thank you so much.
Hey, Joe. Man, not only are your videos on YouTube poorly produced and out of sync, but you're having your daughter read all the questions and helping you with this. Where's the presumptive first lady? Is she gone from your life? Are you forced to have to use your daughter because you don't have the support of the first lady? So, just so you could see, Joe did run on pro-life and the ability to save a baby, the Born Alive Act. But then again, once he realized he wouldn't get Democrat votes because he's being paid by the Democrats to run, he changed his position on abortion. This guy flip-flops more than John Kerry on the beach.
Difficult. When I ran for Congress in 2022, my race stopped counting for 1 hour, just like what you saw with Trump, where the fraud occurred. The exact same thing happened. All the other races were calculated and tabulated, and my race hesitated for an hour. When I spoke to the clerk that's in charge of the elections, she said they had to replace my flash drive.
So let me get this straight, Joe. The voting machine stopped counting your votes for 1 hour, and they still beat you by 99.8%? Joe, you got 0.01%. Your campaign donations were under $36,000. I have the proof. In closing, if you don't think Joseph Severino has ties to the Democrat Party, then why does his chief mouthpiece and agitator rub elbows with Pritzker?